Yo, how's it going, everyone? It's that time again. We are back for the Dokkan early stream. New content out today. Looking forward to getting on and trying it out. I still need 3 characters from Dragon Ball Super Heroes, and sadly it's gone and never coming back. Well, the Heroes characters, yeah. Yo, Preston, shout out to Preston Kitty for the $1.50 super sticker with the cat on it. You love to see it. All the cat stuff. I tried sending it before you started. I mean, I started a little bit late because, unfortunately, as I was downstairs getting my tea, cup of tea ready for the stream to get back here on time. Unfortunately, Mac had a little hairball incident, so I had to clean that up before coming back upstairs. But he's all good. And so we are all good and ready to get going. Just getting my dailies done here. Yeah, I've been seen people talking about the new event already that's not too difficult. Burst mode obviously won't be too difficult because burst mode is just burst mode. So so they've both got one, he's got one. Avachi has had that one link at level 9 for ages. At this rate, training in the clouds is going to end up being gone and it still won't have finished. But yeah, how's everybody doing today on this fine Tuesday morning or Monday evening for you guys? I'm not expecting, because we got the events and stuff drop today, I'm not expecting any sort of news or like teaser or anything. But there could still be something that gets posted. This will be typical, of course. It'll be one of those things where we're not expecting any sort of like teaser or anything today. So it will get posted. So what do you actually get? Is it just a unique title? Pretty good. Oh yeah, I saw your comment before, Jaren. Paycheck is late, so my membership expired. Sag, I should get it back tomorrow. It's all good. It's always annoying when that happens. YouTube does that to me, like where they don't always pay on the same day. And especially if the weekend gets thrown into the mix, like when the normal payday would be. You can sometimes, you'd think that if the day you'd normally get paid is on the weekend, then you'd at least just get paid on the Monday. But sometimes that doesn't happen and it ends up being like the Tuesday or the Wednesday, which is a little bit annoying, but you know. Cannot wait for the 8-year LRs, Easy A's. Yeah, I love the Boo Duo, like everything about them aesthetically. Let's do this. The animations, like the card art, the 18-key like KO screen, like everything, it just looks so cool. But yeah, they just aged like so very quickly. It's the unfortunate thing when you just stack attack and defense and not even like super quickly and then don't have anything else like damage reduction or whatever to back it up. Like, being able to pay my bills gives me extreme anxiety. I mean, yeah, that's understandable. Yeah, I imagine burst mode will be pretty straightforward, as it usually is for the 6,000 points. And then we'll see about if we can set a high score. Yeah, if they get damage reduction, they should make it so that when after they easy A, they should make the GT Duo and the Boo Duo like the same, kind of like the 7 years, where they are basically the same until they transform and then they're slightly different. But make them the same, where they both infinitely stack and build up damage reduction. Right. And then obviously just give them higher stats to start with, so they stack a bit faster. Even change the stacking to greatly or massively, depending what their 18 key is already. Alright, so that should be our dailies done. I kind of do want to do the choice battle first, so I could just get that posted like straight away. So beat it once, beat it with a team that includes all 5 types. Okay. Why did this have an exclamation mark and then... Oh, I thought I went to it. I guess not. 8,717 stones, jeez. That is ridiculous. I think the highest I've ever had at one time was like 3,000. But that's like back when stone vendors were a thing. All right, let's have a look, shall we? Hopefully something today. Well, that's the thing, because we got new content today, I'm not expecting like a news thing. Alright. Hey guys, Marsinged here, bringing a Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so the Dokkan Ultimate Player's Choice Battle is out now. We're going to go ahead and jump in and try and get the missions done here. You just get 1 for beating it, which gives you 7 stones, and then beat it with a team that includes all 5 types, either all super or all extreme. The way it's listed, it does seem like you can't mix, so it does have to be all super or all extreme, which is fine. I've not looked at the stats or anything of the characters ahead of time, so I'm assuming from the art and everything and from what I've seen, I know we fight like the super class characters, so we'll probably try and run Omega's team, because this gives us every character, right? We got AGL, Tech, Int, Physical, STR. Perfect. So yeah, I think we'll probably just go for this and see how we go. But yeah, jumping in, like I say, completely blind at this point. I don't know what their abilities are. I don't know what their like stats are or anything like that. We're just going to jump in and see how we get on. So this was the event that we voted for. No items, no support memories. It's a slightly longer form event. We're starting off with Giru. It's 4 phases, so as I don't know how long the phases are and I don't know how much HP they have, because like I said, I'm not looking it up first, maybe I won't use the domain straight away. So can't be attack or defense lowered, can't be stunned or sealed, but that's it. So no other special abilities or anything, so that's fine. Nope. So we'll do that. It's the only problem with too much rainbow orbs. 6 orbs for Buhan. And then grab those for you. We've got the rainbow orb for both the Omegas. So Omega not only has extra damage reduction, obviously Buhan gets the extra defense as well. Yeah, double digit damage from Giru. Oh, okay, so he can double super. He just instantly double supered in slot 1. Okay. Interesting. Okay, well, yeah, so Giru doesn't have a lot of HP. Because Omega's just going to kill him here. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. I mean, lore accurate. Well, not really, because it wouldn't take more than 1 attack. But yeah, Omega just absolutely destroying Giru. Okay. So we have Pan. Attack 40% with each turn passed up to 120. I think that said. Yeah, so that's our only other ability apart from immune to all status effects. Okay. Alright, so we'll get Sin floated off here. Yeah, make sure we can get the 7 orbs for Sin. Although the 7th, I always forget, the 7th orb really doesn't matter because like it's only for attack lowering. But I guess to be fair, he gets the 350 stats if you pick up 7 orbs, whereas if you pick up 6, he only gets 300. So it's still worth trying to get 7. So 41 million for STR Rose. Okay, Pan doesn't seem to have that much HP either. Is this going to be one of those things where like the last phase is really, really hard? Because so far this doesn't seem... And I know I've got like the new units, but my Rose is 50... actually no, my Rose does have 1 dupe now. My Omega's 55%. Everyone else on the team is an older unit, like an EZA or a Super EZA, so... Yeah. Whereas they can take them hits, and then Omega obviously got big bad bosses, or Sid I should say, got big bad bosses up at least, but no like Shadow Dragon links or anything. But yeah, it should be okay here. Okay. Actually, I suppose I was going to say it doesn't really matter who's in slot 2 because they're not going to get to attack. So just let Omega go for. I should have used the Omega domain then, actually. But oh well. So Pan gonna super in slot 1 against Omega. Oh, still just double digit damage. Okay. I don't want to spoil myself on like the last boss like stats, but I kind of want to see what they are because both of these guys in the first 2 phases seemingly not hitting very hard. So I suppose we should probably use the Omega domain now. Oh, actually, this is an annoying rotation. There's no rainbow orbs in slot 1. So I can't get Omega's thing. Unless I do this. Are you serious? Oh, yeah, no, there we go. I can get that one. We've got to get the rainbow orb to keep the 2-turn like support going. Alright, Trunks gonna super Rose straight away. Still only does double-digit damage, okay. $55 million for Rose, and that's with him not being next to the other Rose, so he could be hitting harder than this. And we haven't used his active skill yet either, because, again, his is a buff for like a temporary for a couple of turns. So I wanted to save it until we got to closer to the end. Also, it's funny how, I mean, I guess, like, this is a good team and everything, but, like, the point of the vote for this event was that it was for a long event, and it's like, this is turn 4. And depending on the additionals that Omega gets here, we're potentially about to beat the phase 3. So there's only one phase left and we're on turn 4. So it's not that long of an event, really. I mean, AGL Rose, unfortunately, hasn't got his full build up yet, so I think he's probably not going to finish off Trunks here. Yeah. Alright, well, he gets to live. He gets to live another day thanks to... Yeah, that's always annoying. Change all of those tech orbs into rainbows. Alright, I'm going to do that. Is he going to super again straight away? Yeah. Yep, double digits for my Mega. I should have looked at Trunks' abilities as well, actually. I didn't. Obviously, he doesn't have anything too crazy. But... Okay. So, final phase, as far as I know, against Tech GT Goku. So, does he doesn't... Oh, 100% attack on the 3rd turn. So that'll be this rotation again. So I mean, I guess we probably just go ahead and use Rose's active skill now, because that gives him a temporary buff. That's a whole bar of HP. So we'll do that. Get the rainbows for you that you need, and then get the orbs for you. Okay. So he didn't super straight away, so now we get to get our attacks off here and get our extra defense. 31 million crit, let's go. Only an additional normal. Okay, now he's gonna super. Ah, awesome. He's got the although it was only part of the GT Goku super attack, right? Because shouldn't there be the Azaru in there? But I mean, yeah, we took double-digit damage. So again, like, I don't know how hard he hits for, but the big thing is going to be him getting the bonus attack on turn 3, though. That'll be this rotation again. So I just beat this event and didn't see the Goku Super once. Wow, that's kind of crazy. Alright, so let's get our other domain reactive. So we've got the domain back again. Make sure we've got the support. Orbs for Sin. And then just grab those for you. Him supering at the end could be an issue, I guess, but 57 million from my Mega. If that was the whole super just sped up. Oh, I just missed the Azaru bit then, I guess. Dodge. 26 for Sin. Is Sin's attack why is Sin's attack lower than I remember it being? It's got all the Shadow Dragon links, we've got the support from Rose, we've got all the orbs. Feels like it's a bit low. Could just be me. Hopefully he's not going to super at the end. Now, I guess there is the possibility, of course, Omega has an action break, so there is the possibility that his first attack was going to be a super, and then it got destroyed, so... Rose got, I think, the last hits he needed to get fully built up, and then just dodged everything else. It's pretty funny. Alright, save a bunch of those int orbs there for Buhan. It's not a lot of orbs though in total. Probably lost one of the Omega intros. Yeah, true, it is turn 8 now. So... Omega with the crit. Okay, see, there's the super. 1.5. This was that turn 3. Maybe I should have put Rose in slot 1. Everything else was like double digits up until this point. Alright, well, we'll jump back in until we get back to Goku then, I suppose. So yeah, it's just that, like, hitting like a truck on turn 3 that we have to worry about, I guess.
Alright, let's do this.
Yeah, there could be some news in 28 minutes, we have no idea. Right, STR Rose is in slot 7, so I'm going to float off Sin. Texin took a 900k normal from Goku. His buffed super hits for 14 million. Okay, let's actually look at his stats now. Events, challenge, player's choice. Okay, yeah, so Goku's super normally does 4.9 million. Oh, and he greatly raises attack on super as well, so actually it does like 7.5 million normally. So if he has 100%, yeah, then it does 15 million on that turn 3. Wait, so how the hell, who's supposed to tank a 15 million damage super? Whereas they would have been okay. Yeah, I suppose with guard and all the damage reduction he has post super, he probably would have been okay. Yeah, Omega action breaks on his... Oh yeah, Omega has a 18 key, was it an unarmed super nullification? Like Gogeta has Ki Blast super, he has unarmed super. You just don't see it because like none of the hardest fights at the moment have it. Like all the hard fights from the GDC either have a Ki Blast super or an unknown super, so... Bringer a true Dragon Ball fan, true. But yeah, according to this, the thing on Dokkan info seems like it says he has a 100% chance to super in slot 1, which he didn't do. He did a couple of attacks in slot 1. Omega action breaks the first attack after he attacked, and then that next attack after that was the super. Jimsy Area GT Edition. Yeah, that's coming back, but I'm not sure if that means there'll be any new ECAs. Maybe we'll need medals from it for something, although if the new unit coming out is a Dokkan Fest, then that doesn't make sense. I just get here and see Bringer is making DB fans proud. True. Yeah, this is the free-to-play Nova OST. That's pretty good. $35 million from Wuhan. Try and get same type orbs as much as I can. Yeah, the free-to-play Goku Black Final Blow doesn't stack. It's been tested because someone got 2 finishing blows and then didn't have a 100% chance to dodge because they got hit. So, yeah, it doesn't stack. Okay, so we're back to Goku again. I'm still not entirely sure. We just got to be really careful on turn 3 is like the main thing. So, we'll see how we go. Get our 7 orbs for Sin. Grab those for you. Good full Shadow Dragon rotation here. With the domain as well, so Omega hitting for like 60 mil. Goku definitely pretty tanky though. Looked up the stats now after our first attempt. He has 600 million HP, which is over double what anyone else has. But yeah, his super hits for about 5 mil, but he also greatly raises, so he actually hits for about 7.5. So that means on turn 3, when he has the 100% buff, he's actually hitting for like 15 million, which is kind of crazy. So getting lucky and having the like super be the attack that gets action braked is like probably the go-to like easier way of doing this, but I suppose it all just depends where the attacks are. And we don't have a scout or anything, so go ahead and use this. 7 ults for Buhan. It should be a pretty decent damage turn. Because yeah, my Omega's 55%, so... The domain obviously means we're hitting relatively hard. 59.5 million for Rose. I love STR Rose, man. He's so good. I always just call him STR Rose because I basically never switch to Zamasu. The only time I ever exchange to Zamasu is if we start the turn on really low health. And then I switch to Zamasu and then use his active skill so you get like a full heal. And then just switch back to Rose. Rose's just so good. 40 million for Buhan. Can we get the Ghost Kamehamehas, the additional? We do not. I mean, still another 40 million attack though, so I'm not going to complain. Hidden potential normal. Okay. Alright, so now this is the third turn. So where are all the attacks? See, again, like last time, he supered as the first attack after... well, not the first attack, because Omega action braked him, and then he supered. So... we could just be walking into the exact same thing happening again. Yeah, Humasu. Who? Zamasu's part of that card? What? Yo, Kezix, how's it going? Might be GG's. Unless the super gets negated, then it's probably GG. Yeah, so was that the super this time? Because he does seem to always super, like, right near the beginning of the turn. Because by not supering, he also doesn't greatly raise his attack for the turn. But his normals on this turn do nearly 3 mil, because he has the 100% buff on turn 3. So his normals do like 2.8 million on this turn. Yeah, Rose's not really very built up, so this could be awkward. Okay, never mind. Okay, so I think what we should do then is, as we have the potential to probably win on this turn, let's do this and just keep them together for like the Shadow Dragon links. I don't think there's actually any point using the Shadow Dragon's active skill because Goku can't actually have any sort of status debuffs anyway, but just use it just because. We still didn't get the Dokkan attack as well, but like this close. Because that would have been a good way to kind of ensure that this would be the last turn if we got the Dokkan attack here, but... yeah, so maybe we just got unlucky on that last run, because it does kind of seem like he always supers as like the first attack after your character in slot 1. Or at least it seems that way, because like almost all of these turns where we've done the action break, he then hasn't supered. Apart from that first time where he did super after the first attack, so I don't know. Okay, I definitely underestimated exactly how much HP he had left. Right, but this is the friend Omega, so this should be GG. Because we're also getting the Dokkan attack, so unless he supers in slot 1 now, this should be GG. Okay. Alright, so there we go. Yeah, if that really is the case, that he generally, for the most part, because I mean, again, we had that first clip, so it shows that it doesn't happen 100% of the time. But if he generally just super attacks after your first character attacks, the Omega team is probably the best team for this event, right? Because you'll just always be action breaking his attack. Or if you're using like a superclass team, if you have the 7 years transformed by the time you get to this phase, and then they can just go in slot 1 and then action break with their 18 key. And then obviously Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta, even if it wasn't action broke, would have the chance to counter it. But yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, the early phases really aren't too much of an issue. They don't raise attack on Super at all. Giru only does 1.6 million, Pan does 2.2, and Trunks does 3.3. So nothing really too crazy for any of the better teams in the meta at the moment. So there you go. That is the Dokkan Ultimate Player's Choice Battle. Obviously, they designed it with no items in mind, so it doesn't have locking and all that crazy stuff. So I don't know if it's one of those, like, am I disappointed that it wasn't harder? Maybe. The rewards are a little bit as well. It does say reign victorious against formidable foes and get a unique title, so let's check that out. By acquired. Yeah, so many more strong folks await in the universe. I mean, sure, let's throw that on for now, I guess. But yeah, there you go. So that was the Dokkan Player's Choice Battle. Let me know how you guys got on. What team build did you use? Did you go for the extreme team? Did you use a superclass team? Obviously, like a Gogeta superheroes team would probably do very well here, because every single character apart from Giru has a Ki Blast super. So Gogeta can counter the supers of like everybody here apart from Giru. So that could be pretty good. But yeah, let me know how you guys got on down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Master Dingen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, well there we go. That was pretty straightforward. Ideally I want to kind of put that together and get it posted straight away. I wish the areas gave a little more stones. The rewards be making me not want to grind them. Yeah, it's one of those things that, like, even when they first come out, like, at the time, doing them isn't as much of a pain, because it doesn't take super long, and you just get the unit easy aid. But if you're going back to do old ones, it kind of feels like the motivation isn't there, because chances are the unit's not going to be usable now anyway, if you've waited a while to actually do it. But Thomas is right, now's your chance to like the stream. Very true. We've got about 50 people in the stream and 14 likes on the stream. So over half the people in the stream right now have not liked the stream. Go ahead, hit that like button. It helps to promote the channel. It's free to do. You just got to click that button, and then YouTube helps me out. YouTube is more likely to show my channel to new people if the stream has more likes on it, because you are essentially telling YouTube that the stream is good. So they're more likely to show it to people who've never seen me before if it's got more likes on it. Does the event seem hard? It seemed kind of easy, based on what seems to be the idea that at the end Goku seems to super. Let me just check this end bit here. It seems to be that Goku only supers as like the first attack. Well, I say only. We had an incident where that didn't happen, so I'm not really sure. But Goku seems to super as the first attack after your character attacks in slot 1. So if you use somebody like Omega, who has an action break on his 18 key super, you basically just always action break the super, and then he can never super you. That was the working theory, but then obviously in the first clip that I did, we died at Goku because he supered as the second attack after. So Omega action braked his first action, and then he supered and killed me. So I'm not 100% sure exactly what the dealio is there, but... Right. It's so difficulty. So is it ultimate Dokkan ultimate players choice battle beat all missions. I mean, there's only 2, but you know. First round of Omega's team, AGO Omega sold against Trunks. Yeah, that AGO Omega would probably be a bit of a risk, but like if you're running Omega's team, you just run AGO Rose as the AGO unit because he is much better. The only problem is actually Gogeta's team was kind of tricky for this event because there's no good tech GT Heroes character. So, what about the Vegeta and Trunks team actually? Bond of parent and child. Use the Super Saiyan 4s as the physical unit. I kind of want to try out you actually. Try out Family Kamehameha Gohan here. Because the event doesn't hit super hard. So... There you go, that's a unit of every typing. It's a unit of every typing and no GDC characters. There a way to get challenge keys? No, keys are usually just given out as like rewards for things. Like there's no... Oh, there's sometimes they're available in the shop for currency actually. I don't know if you can use the GDC coins to get any. The one thing about this is the early phases, because they're quite easy, it'd be kind of hard to stack with everybody. Pick for me Tech Goku or Tech Fused Zamasu. Wait, what? Which Tech Goku or which team? Tech Fused Zamasu. I mean, if you're talking about the Tech Goku as in like the LR Vegito, he's better than the Tech Fusion Zamasu, because Tech Fusion Zamasu is pretty outdated at this point. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I was going to say it depends on which team, but like, I don't think there's really any instance where the Tech Zamasu is better than the Tech Goku. Tech Zamasu is kind of outdated now. He literally is only good on turn 1. Like, he has relatively good defense, and then after that, well, it's not even defense, it's the damage reduction, but... Right, well, the god's actually getting to get some supers off here, so that's good. And they've got their damage reduction on the first turn, so they're not going to have to worry here. Probably do want them to get a stack off more so than Vegeta and Trunks. I've gotten the newer Gogeta 4 and Goku Black. Nice. So no, I guess to be fair, from the new units, it is kind of annoying that it's the both the carnivals, because obviously they're the ones that have the more limited leader skills. And AG over Vegeta. 4 minutes until no news. Anyone see that sick fan made for Vegeta and Goku versus Ginyu? No. That sounds interesting. Running full Super Saiyan 14, the Tech God Bros and AG over Vegeta. And we're using the God Bros as the lead. Because of Power Beyond Super Saiyan, I guess. That's the only problem with Gogeta being as great as he is, like GT Heroes as a lead. When it comes to those all types missions, like I said, like GT Heroes just doesn't have a good tech unit, really. We noticed the massive damage reduction they get against super units. I actually hadn't noticed that, but yeah, like the fact that it took that many turns, when before we just like one turned. Yeah, AG over Vegeta is the lead. I suppose because yeah, it leads Pure Saiyans and then has Fusion as the extra. But then I guess that's the funny thing is like then by having a team that's like full of stackers, the fact that it takes longer is actually not really the end of the world because we're just gonna stack lots. So. Work on Tech Goku. Yeah, Tech Goku and AGL Vegeta are still good. There's some of the difficult content from the GDC is a little bit like challenging for them potentially, but no news. What a surprise. Yeah, like, that's what I said, right, is I would expect news today if nothing else had come out. But yeah, it's gonna be I think what it's going to be a case of now is it will just be Twitter details and stuff will just get posted tomorrow. And then unit comes out Friday. Right, that's the thing finished. It's assuming there will be a part 3 unit. Well, yeah, I know. Everything seems to be pointing towards it. But then I guess, like, this is what I said the other day about the... I said about, like, right up until the day before we got that Zamasu voice clip teaser thing. Like, everybody was just like, oh yeah, all the signs point to Daima. Like, it's definitely going to be Daima. And then, obviously, it wasn't. So, it's very hard to say. But, yeah, everything seems to be pointing towards a part 3. But, obviously, we just don't know for sure. Use the doors to go to Paris. Yeah, it's a shame nobody else gets to actually do anything here. I'll just grab some same type so I can heal. But yeah, it's like I said, the fact that they seem to take less damage from superclass is actually kind of helpful for the fact that we are a team of units that want to be stacking as much as possible. So making the event slightly longer is actually quite beneficial for this team. Just dodge. Let's go. Although I really thought Vegeta and Trunks would kill Pan, which is why I didn't bother getting a ton of ki for the gods. But I suppose, yeah. She survived on the tiniest sliver of health, so it's fine. Well, at least they get one more stack in here. So do I just save the giant ape for... Yeah, I feel like I just saved the giant ape for Goku. Because Trunks hits for like 3 million. After these guys super, they're going to have over 2 million defense and guard. The Super Saiyan 4s. Because I'd be worried about them getting supered, but like, it doesn't even really matter. Alright, so let's upload videos. Dokkan Player's Choice Battle. do need to make a thumbnail. Yeah, Mandalorian Legion, how's it going? The Dokkan Fest LR is baby. We need those free-to-play units from the story events to get awakenings. Yeah, I think that would be really good. Like the Tuffle Possessed, Gohan, Goten, and Trunks. Like those units getting awakenings as part of a new like Dokkan Fest baby release would be really good. And also do the thing where you just make their actual awakenings good, so then they don't have to have like an instant easy A. Because that's what we don't want. We don't want them to awaken and easy A, because when are they ever going to get new units, right? Like ideally what we would want is for them to awaken and be really good, and then the next time there's a GT celebration, then them easy A, because by that point they probably would be starting to have aged out, because there probably would be a while until we get another GT celebration. So put beat all missions on there, turn the saturation up a little bit, save it. Okay, so where are we up to here? Like Vegeta has had literally no stacks at all. I mean, at least he has God, but yeah, he doesn't have like any damage reduction or anything, does he? If Trunks supers him in slot 3, that would actually be really bad. I could change to the Goku, but Goku loses like all of his defensive abilities if he's not in slot 1. He still gets the 200% like extra defense. But then, yeah, he'd only have 10% chance to dodge and no guard. And he can't get his 18 key super anyway. Jeez. Well, I guess we'll just see what happens. Because Trunks normals only do 1.2 million only. Yeah, that could be kind of awkward for him actually. It would help if I actually saved the thumbnail. There we go. Da, da, da. Going to break through to the other Dragon Ball games and bring in Shala and sell Krillin Absorbed. We need that sell Krillin Absorbed. Dokkan player 3. I have a horrible feeling that Vegeta's just going to be an absolute fish in slot 3 here. But I mean, to be fair, Vegeta and Trunks attacking give everyone extra defense and stuff anyway, so I suppose it's probably not the end of the world. No, it is. Still hoping for Mustache GT Vegeta in part 3. Never. I'm so glad that that doesn't have any representation in Dokkan at all. Alright, anyway, let's do the burst mode. Shadow Dragon Saga or Bond of Parent and Child. And then it's AGL and Int. Okay. Support on all the lowest modifiers. No items, no support memories. Boom. So easy to do. The 6,000 point thing's so easy now. Just for the record, I've been doing attempts for almost 2 hours now. Still haven't won with the super team. Haven't been running Gogeta. Yeah, Shadow Dragon Saga within an AGL is kind of a messy team. Yeah, Int Gogeta leads Shadow Dragon Saga, so that's fine. Oh, that's with the highest team costing as well, isn't it? Oof. I have to take off you and put on like you or something. Okay. So our rotations are going to have to be like AGL, Gogeta, and Super Saiyan 4 Vegeta. And then Omega and... Although no, because Omega sucks without GT Boss's allies. That's the problem. And free-to-play LRs have more team cost than summonable LRs. So yeah, we just do that. Which then means if we're just going to do that because they're all GT heroes, then we just do that. Also make a Sin free-to-play team with all the dragons. Yeah, that was what people were hoping for after we got the Rosé clone team in like part 1. That was like a big thing that people were hoping for, that we'd get that for part 2 and have a free Shadow Dragons team. But sadly no. Right, so I'm going to put the link in the chat for that Player's Choice video thing. Even if you guys were here when we recorded it, do your boy a favour, open up the video, let it play, so it gets those early views, and then YouTube pushes it out to more people. Leave me a comment, let me know you came over from the stream, and I will make sure to heart all of those comments. Oh, it would help if I had the caps lock off. Dokkan Battle. You know, if the summonable character is part 3. Supposedly there is a summonable character for part 3, but we don't know 100%, and as there still hasn't been any news. Basically, if something is coming out, because supposedly the estimation is that something is coming out on Friday. If something's coming out on Friday, as we've not heard anything even up to now, it means something will have to get posted tomorrow. Whether that's like the producer letter or a full-on tweet with like all the character details or whatever it could be, it'll be tomorrow. Okay. Hey guys, Mussing here, bringing on Dragon Ball Z Dokkan battle video, and so today we are going to be jumping into the new Shadow Dragons burst mode that came out today, and get all of our missions done here. As always, the missions are essentially to go all the way up to 6,000 points, and then of course there are 2 categories. As always with these burst mode videos, I'll get 6,000 points with both of the teams, which you don't have to do, obviously. If you do one of the teams first, and then you just want to finish the final mission, which will be for the other category, you can just put on that modifier and turn all the other ones off, and then it will literally only be as hard as a normal Dokkan event, which means you'll absolutely fly through it, and then just get the last mission done. But I always like to get 6,000 points with both of the teams, just to show that it can be done. So if only one of those categories is good for you to make a team, you will be able to get the 6,000 points. So starting off, we've got Shadow Dragon Saga, and the one that gives the most points is AGL and Int. So I've got the 500 or less team cost. I've put on all the status effect counters because we don't really worry about them. Damage reduction, not against us. I've put on the STR one because we're not using STR anyway. Enemy has 25% damage reduction, not really making a huge difference in a Dokkan event. And then we don't put on any of these optional attack because they're not worth any points. Like 10 points is nothing when you can just put on the lowest one, enemy raised attack by 50%, defense raised by 50%, and then HP raised by 1,000%, which is quite a lot, but they don't have a lot of HP to start with. And then we don't need to put on the damage reduction or the type disadvantage orbs hurt you, or key -3, because we put on the support items not allowed and support memories not allowed, and that adds up to 6,070. So that gets us our target score without having to worry about any of the other modifiers. So if we go into team formation, we put together, where is it? This team here. So it's a full GT Heroes team. Obviously you can run the Int Gogeta as the leader for Shadow Dragon Saga. It's pretty slim pickings when it comes to the units you can use here. We don't really want to have to throw any of these other guys on. Like units like this are just not going to be doing anything for us here. Even trying to throw AGL Omega on and have a rotation of him and the Int Shadow Dragons isn't ideal because of his kind of reliance on GT Boss's characters. Not that it matters a huge amount, because again, with low level modifiers on, it's not really going to make too much of a difference because it's just a Dokkan event at the end of the day. So either way, we'll go ahead and jump in. I mean, with double AGL Gogeta leads, this obviously should be very easy anyway. But you can use double Int Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta leads. He has Shadow Dragon Saga as one of his actual categories. So then you can mix and match with the Super and Extreme characters as well. So let's just grab these. I didn't put on any of the key minus things, but I usually make it a habit to get all the extra key possible on these burst mode maps, which I'll probably obviously have to remember to do when we go for the higher score. So one of the things we do like to do is have a bit of friendly competition over in the Discord. If you want to set a high score, go for as high a score as you can, then go for it and post it in the Discord and let us know. Even if you don't want to go for a high score challenge, do join the Discord, be part of the community. The link is in the description. But yeah, typical, we got like the worst possible starting rotation with none of the Super Saiyan 4s on it. But again, with this being a Dokkan event, like we actually looked it up once in the past. If you look up like Dokkan event stats, because obviously we look up like Red Zone boss stats and things like that on Dokkan Info. If you look up the stats for an actual Dokkan event and how weakly they hit for, because where is the Shadow Dragons event? Because this one is the one. I guess it doesn't really matter. We can just look at any Dokkan event as an example. And this is an older one, so it's not going to be hitting that hard anyway. But if we take a look at like AGL Broly, who's an LR, right? Even in the final phase against the LR AGL Broly, his super attack does 240k. So when it comes to the burst mode modifiers, if you're only picking like attack up 50%, that means his super only does, what, 360k. So yeah, you don't really need to worry too much about characters tanking and getting hit by stuff when you're only giving the bare minimum attack boosts. It's when you want to go for the really high score and you have to give them really high percentage boosts. That's when you've got to start worrying about that kind of thing. Because then characters can start hitting you quite hard. But as you can see here, it's pretty straightforward. Okay, this is actually the physical Omega stage. Okay. Yeah, see, Gogeta does kind of want to be in slot 3 or 2 or 3, doesn't he? So maybe it is better to just do this. It's kind of funny keeping the guy who's like the free-to-play unit. It's like, we'll keep him on the rotation because everybody else wants to be in slot 2 or 3. It's because both the AGL Gogetas were on turn 2. Ideally, you just want them in slot 1 on turn 1 and 2, but it is what it is. Because, yeah, where is the... I can actually find the Omega event. There it is. Because, yeah, this Omega, for example, his super does 152k. So with the 50% attack modifier, he does like 225k, and that's it. So, like, even the free-to-play Int Vegeta has more defense than that after he supers. So, when you're going for the minimum, like, you just want the 6,000 points, you really don't have to worry that much about taking, like, too much damage. Alright, well, I mean, if we're going to end it, let's end it in style, hey? Let's do this. Because yeah, you can make a GT Heroes team and just run a friend Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta as well. But yeah, it's definitely very, very straightforward to get 6,000 points. Obviously, Shadow Dragon Saga, you could just use an extreme team. It's a bit harder because they are spread across the typings, and Burst Mode makes you pick just the 2. One of the options is AGL and STR, so you can obviously use like all the Super Saiyan 4s, like both versions of Goku and Vegeta. But there we go, beautiful Dragon Fist from Gogeta to end off the fight with the KO screen. Very, very easy, as we would expect anyway, from not only Burst Mode in general not being super hard, but obviously using this team as crazy good as it is. Like, probably wasn't really much doubt that we were going to have an easy time there. So there you go, 6,070 points. And we get our Burst Mode missions done here. So we can go ahead and claim all of those. So the only thing we have left to do is the last one, which is to do a Bond of Parent and Child team. So we'll make that team and we'll go ahead and jump into that part next. Alright, well that was incredibly easy. Now, to be fair, doing the like super high score version with this exact team would be quite hard, because the free-to-play Spirit Bomb Goku especially would get absolutely destroyed. Also, we have to add some extra modifiers because the Bond of Parent and Child thing is for less points. So... I think we can just do the thing, yeah, we just throw on the, like, enemy can reduce damage. And then, like, allies key -1, and then that'll be fine. Yeah, Bond of Parent and Child's got a lot of options, doesn't it? I could throw on Daima Goku for the support. Could throw on GT Vegeta, I guess. I haven't easy-aid in Gogeta yet. Oh no. I don't want to do 30 stages. I mean, that's understandable. Use the auto clicker. Oh man, I want to use free-to-play LR Bardock, but he's a free-to-play LR, so he's got like 99 cost. was gonna say I probably should just bring a good TUR because that keeps the cost down a little bit. He needs time travel. I wonder why I never used that Trunks. That guy needs the GT Heroes allies. Just use the Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Okay, so let's go back to here. We on iPhone who don't have auto clicker. Yeah, that is unfortunate. Okay. Okay, so we're going to jump in and do the Bond of Parent and Child one. Now, as you can see, Bond of Parent and Child modifier is worth 200 less points than the Shadow Dragon Saga one. So we have to make up those points somewhere else. So we've kept all of the other modifiers on exactly the same as before. We've still got the lowest boosts for them possible. And then the things that we've added is enemy can reduce damage lower than 100,000 to 0, because that shouldn't really be an issue. And then allies key -1 is enough to take it just over 6,000. So get 6,000 points. I think this one is probably the one that will be easiest to do with a team if you want to go for a really high score, because with the Shadow Dragon Saga one, having the free like free to play characters on there is definitely a bit, you know, risky if you're going to put on the high modifiers for damage and stuff like that, right? But I think here for this team we should be good. I mean, obviously the ideal thing is if we just start off with like Trunks and Vegeta in slot 1 for both rotations. So of course we start off with them not being on the first turn at all. Perfect. So let's do that. Okay. Guess we start off like this. Get Goku to get that. Well, ideally have Goku get that dodge in slot 1. Right. Do that. I mean, to be fair, like we said, it's not like he has a lot of attack, so it's not going to be doing like huge damage regardless. Right. But yeah, this team will just kind of, I feel like we'll just absolutely steamroll this. Bond of Parent and Child has so much more options. Like when we were putting the team together, it's funny, you saw like the GT Heroes or the Shadow Dragon Saga thing. It was barely even like 2 or 3 lines of units, whereas Bond of Parent and Child has so many other options, because of course we have all these different Gokus, different LRs, all that kind of stuff. Oh right, yeah, of course I put the animations on so we could see the Dragon Fist.
I will get stronger. Stronger than the enemy, and stronger than you.
Okay. And we got Daima Gokus as well. Let's go.
This might
Yeah,
work.
Daima Goku will be pretty good for the team, even for the harder attempts, because of the buff from his super attack effect. The problem is when you put all the modifiers on, if you want to go for a really high score, is that the event takes ages. So you've got to be really careful about bringing characters that only have like buffs for so long, or like a certain number of turns. So do that, do that, do that. Float the Great Ape Goku off, he comes back on turn 5, if we even get to a turn 5, and then he could Great Ape straight away. I'm just 20 stones away from pity. Nice. I wonder if they will do the thing where the part 3 unit is going to be in the pity pool or available with the tickets or anything. Because if not, it will have been a waste of time to have waited to not use them. But then at the same time, I know I'd be super annoyed if it turned out that that was the case and I'd used them already. Because I already did that with my pity coins, so I'm saving my tickets. I don't think they will do that, but it's just one of those things. You don't want them to do it and you have like missed out. Alright. 67 coins away. Yeah, that's like 6 multis and a couple of units to like trade in with coins. So if you're lucky, 5 multis with a few units, like quite a few units to trade in for coins. Okay. Alright. I mean, this is a pretty solid rotation, even though everybody on this rotation is in. Like, obviously, Vegeta and Trunks will tank, or they just dodge, to be fair. And then they buff everyone's defense. Daima Goku buffs everyone with his super attack, or in terms of attack anyway. So GT Vegeta should do pretty decently in slot 3, despite not having the like GT Heroes or Giant 8 power rotation. Yeah, Giro double supered me in slot 1 for double digit damage both times, like on the first run. It was kind of funny. The fact that he just busted out double supers in slot 1 but did nothing, like no damage. Who did you have in slot 1? Because he only does like 1,000,000 damage with his super. It's kind of funny to think back to the days of like old Dokkan and just be like, yeah, he only does 1,000,000 damage. Typical, of course, Goku being a additional normal merchant, as always. I swear that's always my luck. It's like people, like I said at the time when they got their easy A's, people going crazy about the physical Super Saiyan 2 to Super Saiyan 3 Goku. Not only could I barely ever get him to transform, but when he does, then it's just additional normal, additional normal, additional normal, like every time. And yeah, Daima Goku, considering he has such a good super attack effect and you want him to just get as many additional supers as possible. And then bro just does additional normals. Super Easy A, Zamasu Goku. Okay. Yeah, like turn 1 is the, or whatever his first turn, definitely not a slot 1 unit. I mean, this guy doesn't hit hard enough for us to have to worry about, like, if this was a difficult event, it'd be like, oh, should I, like, change to Goku and maybe put him in slot 1 so he's got the extra defense, but it really doesn't matter, because the buff of defense that they get from these guys attacking and then their own super attack, like, Vegeta will be fine. I mean, Vegeta basically already has more defense than this guy does with his super attack already anyway. So that's not something we need to worry about, I think, too much. This one's taking a little bit longer, I think, because we have so many units that have type disadvantage and we're not getting a lot of crits. But Vegeta potentially going to be able to finish him off here. Yeah. Vegeta will finish him off here. Even with the additional normal. Alright, so final phase. I didn't even notice in the last run through that he has rotation locking. Did he even lock anyone, or did I just have like... Did I just have my rotations the way I actually needed them? But yeah, this is a terrible rotation in terms of like ki as well, so no super for Goku. Bit of a yikes. So of course he gets supered straight away and doesn't dodge. It still only takes double digit damage. This is what I mean about the, you know, only giving them 50% attack. And like Vegeta and Trunks have guaranteed guard all the time. So despite the fact that they're in slot 2, like post super they still just already have way more defense than Omega actually does in terms of damage. It does mean they do less damage, which is annoying. They're also not proccing their crits, because I don't know how many times the Frem one has been hit, but they should have a 50% chance to crit at this point, and they didn't get a single crit. At the time of Goku getting no additionals, but does at least dodge. I mean, I guess we just do this. Might as well go ahead and go ahead and get our Super Gogeta fusion. The greatest fusion of all. But of course, another unit's locked in slot 1 again, so Vegeta and Trunks can't go in slot 1. Not that it matters too much, of course, but... Hit that Soul Punisher we're sending. Okay. Do that, and then do that. There we go. So I think that should be pretty much GG here. Because even like Gogeta, I mean, even if it gets to the point where Gogeta has to attack in slot 3, which I don't know if it even will, like he's going to be able to do more than enough. GT Vegeta with the triple super. I mean, if he crits, this might just kill Omega here anyway. Of course he didn't crit, so... Vegeta and Trunks will just have to finish him off instead. So yeah, this one took a little bit longer because we had a lot of int units not critting, but as you can see, not too difficult. I mean, this one I think will be the easiest team to do the like really high score with, because obviously by the enemy having more HP and the event taking longer, you're going to get more and more 18 key supers with Vegeta and Trunks. Although the thing that will be super annoying is if you get all the way to the end and then because of rotation locking, you end up getting like killed because someone gets locked in slot 1. And that's going to be super awkward. But there we go. The Int and AGL Bond of Parent and Child team. So that's the final mission done. So there we go. That's all of our burst mode missions done for the Omega stage. Let me know how you guys got on. What score did you get? If you want to go for a high score, like I said, let us know in the comments or join the Discord. Post a screenshot in there. We'll see who can get the highest score. It's always a bit of fun. It's just a friendly competition. There's nothing, you know, Nothing on the line, don't need to worry. But if you want to try and set a high score, go ahead and let us know. But yeah, that's it for the burst mode. Let me know how you guys got on down below in the comment section. So that is going to be it for the video, guys. This has been the Masked Ningen. Smash that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new. Check out the links down below, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one. Alright, there we go. GG easy, as they say. Yeah, shout out to everyone from the stream that commented on the Ultimate Player Choice video. I've only been doing festival battles since winning boss rush. Always get to Daima Goku but run out of charges. Yeah, dude, that is the worst stage. Because when you get to the end, when you get to Gogeta and like Vegito, that's when you just start busting out like the Vegito transformation and all that kind of stuff. Like, it's not actually that bad. Like you basically, when you get to the final phase against Tech Vegito, if you use your own Tech Vegito and then active skill turn, you just one turn him anyway. So like, the end part of the fight is not even really that hard. It's the Daima Goku and Glorio is the hardest phase, I think, by far. If I dye his hair black, it's just Super Saiyan 4 Goku, but why do I feel like Dokkan has tried to make Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta look different than Goku? All games have tried. I don't know, maybe because they just don't want them to look too similar, I guess. I don't know. Even though they obviously do, but... Wait, what other mission have I done? Oh yeah, there was the burst mode weekly mission thing, wasn't there, for 7 extra stones. I'll take that. So I mean, by the time the new stuff, without any new content, with just like the logins and the daily missions and stuff, we'll be at 500 stones by Friday, if there is indeed something dropping. So yeah, again, right, how's it going? It's worse because on that phase you sometimes don't have a choice but to use your Vegito active, because somehow Daima Goku always barely lives. Yeah, you ideally need to have like, if you ideally in that turn want to get really lucky and have them like both supering in the same slot and have physical LR Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta counter. But like, I only won my first run because Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta didn't counter Daima Goku Super. But then I was using Int Broly, and I'd used his active skill on that turn, and so he just went ham and like multiple supered for like multiple millions and managed to kill Daima Goku. Which, if he hadn't killed Daima Goku, then that was the last rotation, so I would have lost. I wonder if Int and STR would be better, but then I guess the problem is you can't. The problem is you get 100 less points already just by doing that. Yes, that's only 6,650. Yeah, you have to put those ones on, don't you? So you get damage reduction against your actual units, which is annoying. I'll try this one first. Definitely don't want you on the team anymore. Heroes Vegeta could definitely be a good shout. And Daima Goku, like, getting enough stacks will probably be fine. Yo, Julio, how's it going? Today is Tuesday, the day. What? Typical. The run where I want as much key as possible. Okay, that's a little bit better. Yeah, we'll start this off here, although I realise the time we won't get a chance to finish it because the full length burst mode, like for the real high score, takes quite a while.
Stronger than the enemy, and stronger than you.
Yeah, I like the fact we have the allies have 3 less key and we still have, like, it doesn't matter. Like, everyone just has full key. I'll take a Dokkan Fest baby that's a more modern version of full power Super Saiyan Full Goku. Starts in base, standby to baby 1 and then turns into Super Baby 2. That would be cool. Yeah, I think that would work pretty well. Tuesday, exactly. That the day is Tuesday. Oh yeah, because isn't it you say like the day or the night and you mean today or tonight? I forget. Because if it just said today is Tuesday today, then I would read that and go, yep, yeah it is. Because it says today is Tuesday the day. Like, what? Not Trunks was pretty corny in Super. His younger self from Vegeta didn't bully him enough. Yeah, Trunks in Super is fine. He gets way too much hate. Wishing they did the wild transform every turn again like Frieza and Goku. I don't like those because I feel like they phone in the later phase like transformations, because or like the middle, sorry, not the later ones, but like the middle ones, because you're only ever like say for the Goku, right? You're only the, because does he start off as, yeah, he starts off as Super Saiyan and not base, doesn't he? You're only like Super Saiyan 2, Super Saiyan 3, and then God for like 1 turn. So the passive is just the same as the form before, but with slightly higher numbers. So it's just kind of like, it's almost like there's no point in them being there because they don't do anything like special. But it's still Monday. Well, not for me. In fact, even for most of US, it's already very early Tuesday morning. But yeah, baby that transforms like standby, and then I guess it'd be the thing you collect orbs, and if you get the orbs, he transforms into Super Baby 2, and if you don't, he like stays as Super Baby 1. Although that would be, then they'd have to make 2 separate cards because the standby to then the non-standby Baby 1 would be different. So you just go back to being Baby Vegeta, but you'd like the full power Goku, you just like heal or something. But yeah, this is what I was saying about like why this will take a while. Is like we're on turn 3 and we've done almost 1 full bar of his HP. So these, when you're trying to go for like the super high score, it takes ages, and we'll get like 4 Dokkan attacks and like all sorts of crazy stuff. But like I said, that means more stacks for everyone, including more 18 key supers for Vegeta and Trunks, which means more permanent buffs to everybody on the team from their super attack effect. So Vegeta and Trunks getting attacked post super. It's like, well, that's not going to do anything. The Xeno Vegeta obviously doesn't get a huge benefit from their stacks thing because he is a stacker already, but yeah, look at that, like basically doing no damage. We did a run before, I can't remember which one it was. It was the one where we were using like the reps of Universe 17, like in physical, I think. And me and like Anto and possibly Apathy were going back and forth for getting the high score. And like the full run would take like, it took like 2 hours to do the whole thing. It was crazy. I don't know if he hits hard enough this early that it's worth doing the Goku strategy thing or not, but yeah, it probably is worth getting some defense stacks in here with the 10-year Vegeta, because otherwise he probably is just going to end up being a liability later. Part 3 heroes. I mean, that would be great, but obviously it's I mean, I won't even say incredibly unlikely. I know we normally say never say anything is impossible for Dokkan, but as I think, even if Heroes was going to come back as some random surprise celebration, it probably would not be a part 3 of the Future and GDC with no like pre-warning or like teaser or anything. Just all of a sudden part 3 Heroes, like would you rather have to eat a meal you don't like daily, but in return you age at half speed, so you'd live roughly twice as long as everyone else? But if it was everyone else, wouldn't that mean you'd have the same issue that like is always a thing that gets mentioned in movies about people like vampires and stuff, and people that live longer, is all of your friends and the other people you know, like you're going to outlive all of them because you age much slower than all of them. Part 3 Namek, that'd be so random. I don't know, Baby One doesn't need to help Papa, and they'll do the evil ritual thing as the animation. I'm in the black bubble, and if it works, it's baby 2. If it fails, he's still normal. I think they could just straight up do a standalone Super Baby 2, and then his banner unit be like a Super Baby 1. That would work pretty well, I think. Because that's the thing, like I said in the video that I did the other day, when we were talking about the leader skill and stuff, like they did with 21, where her banner unit was Evil 21, so then she had like a perfect linking partner on all of her categories and stuff. That's, I think, what they should do for Baby. Because they could do Tuffle possessed things or whatever, the Tuffle possessed Saiyans as his banner units, but they wouldn't be on all of the categories that he's on, which would make it awkward potentially for some of the other teams and stuff. So I think that would be kind of cool. But yeah, it's just kind of, I'm treating this kind of like a festival thing, right? Where it's like, get Super Saiyan 4 Goku out as quickly as possible so he can start stacking as well. But yeah, we're on turn 5 and we haven't even done half of the total HP of the first phase. So, as I say, this is when you're going for like the highest score possible runs for burst run. This isn't even the highest possible. We could have put on more modifiers than this as well. When you're going for these super high score runs, the run is going to take a very long time. It'd be interesting to see if we can actually even beat the first phase. Probably not before the end of the stream, I was going to say, because we've got like 3 minutes. Yeah, Awaken, the free-to-play Tuffle possessed, like Goten, Trunks and Gohan, they all need to get Awakenings and actually be good. None of this, like, awaken them and then give them easy A straight away. Just give them Awakenings and make them actually good. And then, yeah, that would be awesome. Yeah, pick up type disadvantage orbs, lose health, and then just pick up a bunch of type advantage orbs and regain all of that health. So when is that Paragus getting an easy A? True. Starting today, for every day you live, you get paid. Every day you live, you get paid your age and your currency. Every year it will go up. So if you're 30, you get paid £30 a day. I mean, yeah, then option 2 just seems like the go-to, like, free money. Because even if you're like, so if you're 30 and you're getting 30 a day, that's on an average month. There's 30 days. You're getting £900 a month for free. Now, obviously, that's not as much as like, you know, a decent job or anything, but that's free money. So you could essentially, if you really wanted to, just then work like part-time and like you'd have enough by combining those two things together. I got lucky and got a turn where we didn't have to pick up the other one. Think how much you could do if you're including earning money and adventure twice as long. I mean, it's only twice as long, and then like I said, all your friends and like family and stuff like won't be there for the later part anyway. So, but anyway, that's going to be it for the stream. We got the new content stuff done. No news or anything of the upcoming stuff, which, like I said, will essentially, I would assume, mean that any information is now just going to drop straight away tomorrow. I would expect, as we've had nothing so far in terms of like a teaser or anything, that means I would expect that tomorrow we just straight up get full on like details on Twitter or a producer letter. So I guess we'll have to wait and see, but I appreciate you guys all coming out. That's going to be it for the stream. Make sure you hit that like button if you have not already. Subscribe to the channel if you are new. Give a follow if you're over on the Twitch side. That's going to be it from me, and I will see you all again soon. Have a good one.